the night before Christmas, I was closing down for business in my little prison shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop.
Good morning, everybody, on this cold and freezing day 11 of Vlogmas. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and I am frozen. I've just put the heating on. It's so cold, honestly. So I've got some Secret Santa things to do this morning, and then Danny has had a really good idea. So I'm going to see if I can get it to work. My Yarny Corner Blanket Club, we were going to put into balls. You need 4 10-gram minis. Without giving anything away, that will entail only... No, you need 8 10-gram minis. Without giving anything away, that will entail 4 mini skeins. Because our mini skeins are 20 grams, you need 80 grams. Now, we were going to put them into balls to make it easier. And, you know, I was umming and ahhing about the postage costs, because it seems a bit excessive to me when it's a mini skein. So it's not, well, it is a club, it's a blanket club. Anyway, Danny has said this morning, and neither of us thought about it before now, Alex, why don't we just try leaving the mini skeins intact and seeing if we can get them into a letterbox box? So that's what we're going to try this morning. If I can, and I can get them into a letterbox box, it's going to make the postage cheaper from this point forward. So we'll discuss it all later if I can do it, because if I can't do it, there's no point in us having this conversation, really. But yeah, that's the plan this morning. We're going to see if we can figure that out. I've got something in my eye. I wanted to show you my Nutcracker as well. I wanted to come on this morning and show you my Nutcracker before the day ran away with me. I've had quite a number of comments about the Nutcracker. You all really liked it. Now, remember, he's not finished. I'm going to have to just pause you a minute. I really felt like I had something in my eye. So he's not finished, but he is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to show you him, and then I'm going to talk about him. So he's not got his hat yet, but here he is so far. Isn't he fabulous? He's absolutely brilliant. So you can make them bigger by using a bigger hook and bigger yarn. I used a 3mm hook and DK weight yarn, and he's a pretty decent size. I could even sit him on my tree if I wanted. And he's absolutely fantastic. The pattern, you can get it on Etsy. I didn't buy it on Etsy because I didn't know you could get it on Etsy until somebody asked me for a link yesterday, and I managed to find it on Etsy, so I gave the Etsy link, which I do prefer to do if I can. But the pattern is fantastic. It's 23 pages long, which I mentioned the other day. Was it Monday? So this is just 2 evenings' work. You know that I've been doing my Advent cross stitch and my Advent crochet. So this is after I've got everything else done. So it's just 2 evenings' work. The pattern is 23 pages long. And the reason for that is it's got so many photos in, detailing things. Absolutely brilliant. I would say it's possibly not a beginner crochet pattern, just because there is a lot of crocheting into back loops, then picking up the front loops. And you've got that here, 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 not here. But that's the only reason that I would say that. You are making a leg, then making a second one and joining them together as you go. I've actually, with this pattern, I've found some new techniques. I always thought I'd done everything there was ever to do with amigurumi. As you know, I used to make so many amigurumi when my boys were little. It's all I did craft-wise was make them teddies and toys and Pokemons and SpongeBobs and all the rest of it. So I thought I knew everything there was to know about amigurumi, and it turns out I do not, because this designer had two really good techniques that I've never heard of. One of them being when you join the legs, which I have never done, and it stops the hole between the legs so you don't have to go back and stitch it, which I thought was just genius. I'd never even considered it. And the second one is when you're turning, so you've crocheted your starting point flat, and then usually when you want to go up the sides, you do like a front loop or a back loop crochet. This designer does not do that, and she has a much better technique, which I have never done, and it was so much more sturdy and secure. You could probably see, if I get his little hat out, how much better it is. Oops, a daisy. On the hat. So you can see it is so much better. If you can hear that noise, one of the boys' alarms is going off. But yeah, how much better it is. I mean, I'll put his hat on so you can see what he's going to look like with his hat. I mean, just come on. So I was really impressed, really impressed. Because, like I say, there's techniques there that I've never done, and I just thought, well, that's genius, isn't it? Isn't that just genius? But like I say, lots of photos in the pattern. You can make them bigger. I suppose if you did an Aran weight yarn and say a 5mm hook or a 4.5, you would get a much bigger Nutcracker. And then, you know, if you used a smaller hook, the pattern recommends a 2.5, I think, and some cotton yarn. I didn't do that. I always use DK weight yarn for amigurumi, always. But yeah, it's just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So this is him so far. So what I've got left to do is he's got his hair to put on and his hat to finish, and a little pom-pom on the hat, and a little trail on the hat as well, and he's done. So I'm hoping to finish him tonight, but yeah, I really like him. Somebody suggested in the comments making one each year, and I really like that idea. I think that'd be really cool to do. Oh, you can see on there how much sturdy these bits here, these are done with this different technique that I was talking to you about. So I'm not going to give away the technique, but you can see how much straighter it is and how much more sturdy it is. Really good, really good. So yeah, that is that. I got 5 of these in my historical sampler this morning. These are really cool. I did show them on the thingy. You're probably better off seeing what I showed this morning, because I'll show you this one. Like little charms. I don't know whether they're for anything or not. You know, anything that we're making. So I'll just have to see. If they're not, I'll do something with them. I'll maybe turn them into stitch markers or something, because they're really cool. So I got 5 of those. I got a Christmas tree, a snowman, a penguin. I love this one, this little boot. Not that you can see. There you go. And a candy cane. So I got those. The My Yarny Corner Advent. I don't know if you remember when we were dyeing them and we were vlogging at one point, and I said day 11 is my favourite. This is it. I absolutely love this one. I love them all, and it's not my top favourite because my top favourite is day 9. So I think I've got about 8 favourites, although I love them all. This is one of my favourites. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to get that into my blanket later on. I'll show you my blanket later. So yeah, and those are the plans. So right now I need to go and do Secret Santa stuff. And then I'm going to test Danny's idea with the letterbox boxes. In fact, I might do that first. I mean, this could be a moot point if none of it works, but we're just going to test it. I might do that first, then do my Secret Santa stuff. Then I need to go out and do my Secret Santa stuff. And then I shall be home. So, watch this space. They will not go into letterbox boxes.
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
We've tried, it's not happening. The miniskein is too bulky. You have the, go get the doodah.
What's the doodah?
You know, the doodah.
The letterbox doodah?
Yeah. See, I just say doodah, he knows just what I mean.
It's our own language, don't worry.
We do have our own language.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-da?
No, doodah.
No, I was doing. I can't see it, but it's a song.
Taking it too far now.
Copyright.
So, I'll explain in a minute.
We are very professional because we have this.
This is a letterbox gauge. Now, the reason we have this is because we have been caught out before when we thought something will go in a letterbox and it doesn't. So the letterbox box has to slide through there. It cannot be pushed. This one here. It cannot be pushed. It has to just, if you hold it up like that and you hold it above it, it has to drop through. It doesn't. You'd have to shove it, and they don't accept it if you've got to shove it. They don't like shoving at Royal Mail. So
yes, no physical work. It must be, no extra physical work must be done. It must slide through the letterbox without physical touch, as I was lovely told by the postmaster.
We were told that. So it's not going, but I've been umming and ahhing because I'm just thinking I like how it's going to look presentation wise when it comes to you. So Danny's had a really nice idea. So how you are going to get your miniskeins for the blanket club is you are still going to get 4 like Danny's suggested, but they're going to be in skein form, not 8 balls. You need 8 10-gram minis. We're sending you 4 20-gram minis. It will become apparent when you get it. Actually makes it a little bit easier for you because you haven't got balls rolling around. What?
I'm not saying they're going to lose any.
Second of all, it makes it a bit better because I can present it a bit better. And it just makes it better. So, you're going to receive them in the form of 4 miniskeins, and you need 8 10-gram minis. So one of the miniskeins, you're going to use your first miniskein, and then you've got some left over to use on your next square. You're going to be wondering about the colours. I'm not revealing the colours. It will become apparent at the end. I have this all planned out, and it's going to look so cool. And you'll see, when you see the final design, you'll say, yeah, that's my yarny corner. So we're going to send them out in miniskein form. You're going to receive 4 20-gram minis, which is your 80 grams that you need. So that's sorted. Now I need to go do my Secret Santa bit. Got a headache brewing. I'm not sure whether to take any tablets or see if it goes. Bit of fresh air might do it some good and it might just disappear. So I shall be back in a little bit. And there is day 12. Oh my word, isn't it gorgeous? Oh no, I say it every day, but I'm so enjoying this. I really am. It's been an absolute joy. So, about halfway through now.
well, halfway through tomorrow's block is exactly halfway, but on days wise, because I'm only stitching it up to day 24, I'm stitching it day 24 in real life, but it'll actually be day 25. Do you know what I mean, don't you? But yeah, so I'm halfway through. Basically, that is all to say I'm halfway through. I love this guy. This is what I stitched yesterday. Tomorrow's a pretty big block. It's a sleigh tomorrow. So lots of stitching tomorrow. Today's block was 396 stitches. Not too bad at all. Hello everybody. You'll have to excuse me. I'm laid down. I will prop myself up a little bit. Hang on. That's better. That headache I was talking about this morning did not lift. So I have done nothing all afternoon. I eventually gave in and took ibuprofen about lunchtime, and then it started to lift. It's gone now, thank goodness. Well, more or less. I can still feel a little bit. So I've just rested. I did some stitching, and now I'm just working on my advent crochet, and I've just rested. It's looking so nice. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it in this awful light. There you go. You can see it now. Isn't it beautiful? It's such a gorgeous colour, is this. So I'm sitting and working on this. The dog is at the side of me. She's asleep. Danny's over there next to Polly, who's asleep next to him. And Stuart is asleep down here. Bless him. So we're quite content this afternoon. We're just relaxed and just chilling out. We've got a lovely tea to look forward to. We sometimes, not often, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month at a push, we'll take ourselves into Marks and Spencer's and we'll treat ourselves to a ready meal from there. It's a bit naughty, but it's a nice treat. So Danny has a spaghetti bolognese and I have a roast chicken dinner. I'm a sucker for a chicken dinner, me. So I'm going to put that on in about an hour. And I am really looking forward to that tonight. I've just been catching up with Jen, the caffeinated crafter. She's done her end of year whip parade and it is in 4 parts this year. So I'm just enjoying catching up with that and just having a really relaxed afternoon, really, because I think I've needed it. Not that I've been over busy for the past week or two, because I haven't. But isn't it always the case when you sort of slow down a little bit, that's when your body's like, right, I need to rest. So, yeah. And that is all I've done today. Well, this afternoon I've just crafted and it's been lovely. It really has. And I plan on crafting for the rest of the evening as well. I'm going to go for a nice soak in the bath tonight. It's hair wash day, as you can tell. And I'm going to have a nice soak in the bath. We've got Harry this weekend, so we are currently storing all the presents in our bedroom. They need moving before Friday. Don't know where we're going to put them. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. And yeah, that's been about everything today. So I'm sorry I've not been on the vlog in between this morning and now. I just needed just to rest up a little bit and just do not much of anything really. I'm a bit lost this week, I'm going to be honest with you, because me and Danny have been watching Celebrity Jungle together on an evening. And it's been so good. And now it's finished. We've got the coming out party on Friday. But we've really missed not watching it. We keep saying we're going to have to find a series to watch, but there's nothing really on at the minute. I don't think. I think there's a new series with Lisa Kudrow starting on Netflix. I think that's tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I think it's called No Good Deed or something like that. I don't know what it's like. But we've not had a good series to watch together since Ted Lasso. Oh, that was amazing. Ted Lasso was on Apple TV, and actually I got the recommendation from Kevin and Ray at Needles at the Ready. It was Kevin that was talking about Ted Lasso on Apple TV, and he said it's worth it to buy the month of Apple TV for Ted Lasso. And we got a free trial of Apple TV, so we watched it. Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. They keep talking about bringing a new season out, but whether they will or they won't, I don't know. But yeah, if you've not seen Ted Lasso, it's based on football. So basically, this wife gets divorced from her husband, and in the divorce she takes his football club, which is her pride, his pride and joy, not her pride and joy, his pride and joy. And to get back at him, she wants to run the football club into the ground. So she gets rid of the current manager and she hires another manager who she thinks is not going to do very well, and he doesn't know very much about football, and she hires him thinking he's going to fail, and is absolutely brilliant. And in amongst all that, she falls in love with the football club, and you fall in love with Ted Lasso, and oh, it's so good, it really is. But that's on Apple TV. But the way that the last season ended, it didn't look like there was room for another season, but there is talk about another season, so we shall just have to see, because I think that'd be really good. So yeah. Can you hear that? That's Stuart meowing. Danny's got up to walk past him and he's meowing for a fuss on his way past. He's stretching out as far as he can. He's absolutely massive. He really is. He's absolutely massive. You would not think that him and Jack are brothers, because Stuart is really long-haired and Jack is short-haired. And apparently all of the kittens in the litter were short-haired apart from Stuart. He's absolutely... And he's so big, he's like a lion. He's huge.
If you turn the camera on, I'll show him if you want.
I can't, because I've got yarn over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, best way I can do it. Well, best way to do it. I'll put him there for a sec.
He had to move him away again because Stuart would have jumped down next to the dog, and then she would have got grumpy because she's asleep.
Yeah, he would have just got cosy.
Stuart would have just got cozy. But yeah. You can't see on camera the size of him, but he is massive. He really is. He's bigger than all the cats.
He's about 3 foot stretched out.
He's in proper fuss mode now. He's not letting Danny go.
I need to go, mate. I need to go let your brother in.
Is Jack or Jack's at the window? Jack's the one with no tail. Jack and Stuart are brothers. Jack is the one that has no tail. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before, I think it was. Jack came home and he had a cut on his tail. And I noticed that when he was walking, at first I looked at the cut and just thought, oh, it'll heal. And then I noticed when he was walking, his tail was just on the floor. It wasn't picking it up at all. And it was just before Christmas. It was like the 22nd of December or something. It was literally just before Christmas. So once we'd realised that he wasn't picking his tail up, I thought best take him to the vets because it could be an infection. Took him to the vets, and oh no, it was not an infection. The vet had said that he suspected it was a squirrel bite, because when cats chase squirrels up trees and stuff, squirrels tend to run round the branch and come round and bite from behind. And because of where the bite was, which was about that far from the base of his tail, no, a little bit further than that, it had instantly killed all the nerves to his tail, so he had to have his tail amputated, which he had done on the 23rd of December. It was so close to Christmas. He was absolutely fine. He coped really, really well, and it doesn't bother him at all. But I tell you something, that fur took forever to grow back. It took a good 8 months for his fur to grow back on his tail. And it was shaved right up to the bottom of his body. He looked so funny, bless him. But he copes absolutely fine with it. He really does. Yeah. But yeah, Jack and Stuart are actually brothers. They are from the same litter. And Stuart, we were told when we got him, is a girl. So when we got them both, we had the vet check booked in, because we had the vet check booked in more or less straight away, because I wasn't convinced that they were old enough to be separated from the mum, and I was a little bit worried because both of them still had blue eyes. Anyway, took them to the vets because I suspected Stuart was a boy. At that point it was called Bella. I suspected he was a boy because of how rough he was with Jack. And I'm like, I've never seen a girl cat fight like that. So when we took them to the vets, they were fine age-wise. They were fine to be separated from the mother. We didn't have to supplement the milk or anything. But he said, no, this one is actually a boy. We had 2 boys. Stuart had his name quickly changed. It was within a few days. Quickly changed from Bella to Stuart. So yeah, that's the story of Jack and Stuart. Bless them. And Stuart is the one that kept falling out of the bedroom window. We kept them in the bedroom with us on an evening for a few months because I was worried in case one of the other cats, because they were so tiny, one of the other cats sort of started fighting with them or anything, or if the dog started fighting with them when we were asleep in bed. So we had them in the bedroom with us, and because Stuart is so inquisitive, we had to keep the bedroom window shut, but it was the height of summer and like an absolute oven, and it was really hard to keep the bedroom window shut. So this one particular night, we'd opened the bedroom window for a little bit, and I was talking to Danny. I hadn't realised Stuart had gone near it, and he just jumped out. It was absolutely fine. But after that, he kept on doing it. He just kept on doing it. We had to ban them from the bedroom because of Stuart. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to do it constantly. He used to absolutely scare me. So we had to keep them out of the bedroom. But yeah, he's always been an inquisitive thing. He really has. Right, on that note, I'm going to get myself off, finish this crochet, render this video, and get it uploaded to YouTube. So I hope you all have a lovely evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Is it day 12 tomorrow? I think it is. I've got knit group tomorrow as well. So I'll be back tomorrow for day 12. Have a lovely evening, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.